Oh, you're not going to believe this. Okay. I don't even know how to film this video. Look, you can see the shark in there even without a flashlight. So we'll take a flashlight here. And all we're going to do... You guys ready for this? What's up, bro? The octopus and the shark eggs are here. Like, sort of here. What I told you I was getting and what actually is in this box is slightly different. Ran into a problem once we got to the store, though. Insanely busy. It seems like half the world was there once they found out that one fish, two fish in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia is where I got this stuff. Well. Half the world must have known that the fish store got an order of fish, and so it was packed in there. The employees were super busy. I brought the camera, and I was going to film what I did, and it didn't work out. There's just too many people there. Oh, I did get to play with a flower horn, so I guess that's all I got on camera. I had a bit of a problem, though, as well, with the order. So the order was a bit of a problem. Not a big deal, but especially in this day and age, the order was delayed. And I think, and I could be wrong if I misunderstood something, and sometimes I'm wrong, but the animals stayed in their shipping container for what I think is approximately 40 hours, which isn't good. So once I got there and taking a look at the octopus, it didn't look good. In fact, I didn't even think it was alive for the first few seconds. So I thought to myself, I gotta act now. So while I was at the store, I decided I was going to switch out the bag water that the octopus were in. And my bad for not filming it or whatever, but like they were busy. So busy, in fact, that I offered to start bagging fish for people. And I really enjoyed that. I never thought I'd want to work at a pet store. And then the manager, Jacob, was like, you know, we're hiring, right? We can come on part-time. And I thought to myself, that would kind of be fun to go in there once a week and just bag fish and help out. And I'd likely do it on a volunteer basis. What do you guys think about that? You think I should do that? Like go in there and volunteer once a week? I think that would be kind of cool. Anyways, what I ordered versus what I told you I was getting versus what I ended up ordering are two totally different things. Now, one of the things that I did, and the tanks are a little cloudy right now, is I found out that the store's salinity is 1.023 in their fish-only systems. So last night I dropped my salinity to 1.023 just to make the transition a little smoother for the animals and for the octopus and whatnot. Oh, I guess I did get a few other things. Just a little something extra for the octopus to kind of hide in. They will want a small place to hide in at times if they want to, just giving him options. And I got two. When I open this box, you'll understand why. Oh. And then a bunch of Turbo Start. It's bacteria in a bottle, essentially. I already took some fully cycled ceramic media blocks like I mentioned I would do previously, and I put them near the inputs of the pump so water's got to kind of travel through them on both sides. That's technically more than I need. Still, over the next few days, I'm going to dose the tanks with a little bit of bacteria, just give it like a little help, a little kickstart. This will treat 25 gallons of water, and I've got 4 of them, so every day I'll put some of this in, just to make sure I avoid any cycling issues or anything like that. That's the last thing that I want to deal with right now. I'm gonna have to shut the skimmer off, otherwise the skimmer's just gonna take it out, and I'm just gonna pour it directly into the sump. Yes, Fritz usually sends me this stuff for free, and I've been pretty clear about that. But I use it so often, or I actually believe in it, that I'm willing to buy it. Don't tell Fritz that. You're gonna need one, and you're gonna need one. My scaping skills are phenomenal, aren't they? So originally what I was gonna do is take these magnets. One goes on the outside of the tank, another, and these is typically for to attach algae and seaweed and that sort of thing, so that your herbivores and whatnot can eat right off of this, but another thing we like to do is you can take the shark eggs and clip them to them as well. That was the initial plan until I saw the state that these animals were in. Let's run through what we got. Okay, first and foremost, some snack packs. Snack packs. These, if you can see, are little crabs. Little crabs, they're actually quite big, but Jeff brought them in. Told me they're called Sally Lightfoots. They're relatively cheap, or at least inexpensive, and to put them in with the octopus for it to have something to eat at first. Not a huge fan of the fact that I might have to feed live, but the focus is keep these guys alive, and I will use my experience with weaning fish off of live. Oh, you're not going to believe this. Okay, I don't even know how to film this video. These here have to be holding tanks, just for the time being. They're in such rough shape, I don't want to put them into an octopus into this tank and like it disappears into the rocks, and I don't know if it's doing well or not, or if it's dying, or what's going on. So likely for the first probably few hours to even 24 hours, I'm going to house it in this container just so we can monitor it closely. The shark eggs are also going to have to go into one. All these tanks I built, and they're going into Tupperware containers, go figure. But what's this third one? Well, I'm such a good friend. You guys definitely want to see these, and I don't know if I want to show you. I'll put them right here, and then I'm going to bring the camera over. Okay. This is my octopus. That's a real octopus. Oh. And this is also my octopus. I got two octopi. Two octopuses. They're not for me. One is for me, and I wanted to get another one for a friend as a gift. And but once I seen the condition they were in, I said, you know, I'm going to take this home and nurse it back to health, at least for a few days, and then you could transition it to your tank. But so for a couple of days, it'll live in this tank type of deal in a container. Get him back to health. He's not probably going to eat, but let's just look at them. And I can't tell which is which in these bags right now, but there's actually two species of octopus in here. So this is the first one, which I believe is the common octopus. It's hard to tell in the tank because he's trying to camouflage into the styrofoam and be white with it. But, and I probably shouldn't say he. Let me check. With him sprawled out like this, and I keep saying he, we look at its third tentacle to the right, and if that third tentacle to the right doesn't have suction cups on all the way to the end, then it's female. I'm sorry, if it has suction cups all the way to the end, it's female, and if it doesn't, it's male. Look at this. I'll see if you guys can have a peek yourselves. Now the water's much cleaner and he's much happier now. I gotta stop saying he. Is it his right or my right? It's just a girl. That's a girl. It's got suckers on all of them. And then the other guy right here, once I seen the list and the availability that Jeff had, and he showed me that there was other species of octopus he can get, he said he can get the red octopus. So octopus macropus, I believe is what it would be called. I'm just gonna come to you. These guys do get considerably bigger. Like twice as big, which means, and I'm already thinking about it, I want to build a tank 3 times this size. It wouldn't be too difficult, but what I'm thinking of is building another tank like this that's 4 feet by 4 feet by maybe even 4 feet tall and sits on the floor, and then have a really big octopus in there. This guy. Hopefully he does well. If one doesn't make it overnight type of deal, I'll likely keep the other one that technically was a gift for a friend, but... Oh, and then we have the shark eggs. You can see them quite clearly. There's a lot of algae on it, of algae on it, which is normal for that. Basically, that algae grows on it. It helps it secure onto rocks and whatnot because they lodge into rocks. They're not really free floating. I don't know how these babies are doing, but being a bamboo shark, the egg sacs are more see-through. Yeah, there's at least one moving around. He's wobbling. Oh, I'm so nervous about this. So my priority and focus is just making sure these guys are okay. I'm going to acclimate them and get them in their containers, and then we can actually take a closer look of them in their containers. I'm not going to be releasing them into the tanks itself today. I'm definitely going to wait a day or two, or at least several hours to make sure these guys are fine. I might even try to feed them during that time, but we'll see. Is this recording? That's my thing. That's what I do. I always forget to record. So he's in his bag still, and it's upside down. I'm gonna try to let him crawl out. He's already been acclimated. I just did, so he's definitely a little more active right now. I don't know if he can actually feel outside of the bag, but I don't want him to get stuck in the bag and then I'll have to take him out by my hand. Look, he's feeling around. Look how intelligent this is. What an incredible animal. I mean, I wish some of you guys were here with me to do this. Like, this is just amazing. Ready to come on out, sport. There he goes, there he goes, there he goes. Oh, wow. Oh my. Look at him. Aren't you something else? He's looking good. See him better this way. Isn't that something? Nice and healthy too. Looks good. I did pick up some krill and brine shrimp and stuff, like large ones, to make sure he eats. If I don't get it, if he doesn't want to eat the crabs. Is he color changing? Is he color changing right now? I also don't know which is which. Oh, he's coming up. He wants to see the camera. Isn't this something else? I've never seen a, oh, whoa. Put the top on, Joey, you silly fool. I've never seen an octopus in person. You know what? He gave up once he seen the lid go on. He's like, you know what? I don't even want to go outside then. So he definitely doesn't like it in here, I would say. But for the most part, he's exploring. I mean, who wants to be trapped in a tiny little cage like this? But it's just for now. We're going to put this in the tank and see how he does long term. Look at him going. I'm sorry, guys. I know you want to see everything else, but I'm just mesmerized by this. I'm trying to hold the camera steady, but I'm shaking. Isn't he beautiful? I hate that he's seeing a camera lens for the first time. He needs to see me in my face. I'm your dad. Do you like me? What's up, bro? Aren't you just incredibly gorgeous? What an every leg looks like it's doing its own thing. I do believe they have like little micro brains in each leg. Oh, one of his tentacles is damaged, but you know, that can happen. Guys, this is actually insane. Whoever came up with the idea of having an octopus aquarium is an absolute genius. That was me. So this guy's healthy and in good shape. He's showing signs that he's going to do okay. On the flip side of that, the other one is all kind of balled up, which is normal. I mean, any fish is, but when octopus are so highly intelligent, they're constantly, exploring their environment and whatnot. So hopefully this guy makes it through. But yeah, this guy's definitely looks like a common, and then the other one is the red. Now I'll do the same thing for the shark eggs. Again, this is only temporary, just so we can monitor them, make sure they're doing okay, and we'll go from there at a later date. I'm just ensuring survivability right now. These guys will be simple, they're not going anywhere. We'll take a closer look at the embryos inside here shortly. All right, we'll see how they do. I mean, they might be too far gone. I mean, this guy looks healthy, but we'll see what happens long term. I don't think he likes the light. I'm pretty sure, yeah, he looks like he's trying to hide. Poor fella. I'm gonna likely shut the lights off here as soon as I'm done, and then we can come poke around and look at them later. But for right now, I really feel like it wouldn't be a great idea to do much more than get them in their tanks, acclimated and stuff. Oh, Big Daddy. He just changed colors right in front of my eyes. He went from being that dark color to now he's like pale and that. You see him? Wow, that was incredible. Obviously, we're trying to look through a Tupperware container and it's not that clear, but my Lord. Okay, I'm gonna take the top off. Ooh, he's a big boy, isn't he? Okay. I can't believe I have octopuses here. Now these snack packs can just go straight in. They all have from the same water source, so these are all new arrivals, so I'm not worried about cross-contamination with these. I call them crabs, but they are the snack packs. I don't think the octopus will be able to eat them. Whoa, look at you go. He's waving at you guys. So everybody's in and lights are off. I decided we're just gonna take a quick look. And now that I see the octopus here without the lights on, I can see like on his mantle, it looks like he might have ammonia burn on that side of his body. Hopefully it's not life-threatening. And then this guy as well is breathing kind of heavily, which makes me a little nervous. But of course, these guys are nervous more than we are. Let's give this a few hours and then we'll check back on them. I'm just gonna leave them completely alone. I'm shutting the lights off out here. It's in the middle of the afternoon and no tank lights are on. Ready for these guys. I might have to put in a couple little rocks to make them feel a little more comfortable in those like little floating tanks, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so it's been a couple of hours of the octopus kind of just floating around. I turned the tank sideways as well so they could kind of go sideways instead. Let's see here. And they're just balled up right now. Same with the red in the other tank. For now though, I think we'll just take a peek at the shark eggs and confirm what we have alive and what we don't, and go from there. And the way these work is some sharks lay what we call mermaid's purses, just like this. You know what, we're gonna have to get this air bubbles off the tank. There you go. So, they look just like this. And inside each one of these is a yolk sac, essentially, with a tiny little shark attached to it. So last time, if you guys can remember, we did coral banded sharks, so the eggs and everything look completely different. And these are bamboo shark eggs, so different egg, and it'll be a different looking shark as well. I'm going to take them out one at a time, trying to keep them in the water. These, I find, do not have a good of a seal and stopping water from coming in them like a coral banded. Look, you can see the shark in there even without a flashlight. So we'll take a flashlight here and all we're gonna do, you guys ready for this? You see him in there? So the big thing here, that ball, that is the yolk sac, and then that squiggly guy, which is relatively big, he looks like a big tadpole, that's the shark. But like I said, you can see through them quite easily. So this will be interesting to see how they develop long term. So this guy's moving on his own. There is no, there's no air getting into this one, so it could sink if I let it go. But this is healthy. This is a good sign. Yeah, he looks good and healthy in there. Wow, doesn't that look cool? The hobby, the underwater world is just absolutely fascinating. There's a good one. There's a good shot. You can even see his eyes. Isn't that adorable? Look at that. Wow. He's almost a full-grown shark. Oh my, he's got gills. Like almost like an axolotl. Wow. He's got 2.5 inches right there. Look at that. You can literally see inside the egg. See if we can get a little closer for you. Okay, let's try another one. So you can go back in and we'll grab another one over here. Hopefully we keep them organized. I don't know if they're all alive, to be fair. Okay, I don't know what he's doing. Do you see that? This guy's half the size of the other one. He's moving though. There's no water flow in this tank, or in this egg. See, it's easier to see in person than it is actually on the camera. It's hard to get it to show what we're actually looking at. There you go. The light behind it. So this guy's smaller, but look at where the algae's growing. Identical place. Yeah, this one's a lot smaller. So we're gonna have different hatch rates and different dates that they're going to hatch. Maybe I can come up with a way to label these guys, maybe with some stickers or something. 1, 2, and 3, so we know who's hatching and who's not. This guy. Oh my. I don't know if this guy's actually alive, but this is the biggest one. Oh, he is. They'll hatch once that yolk sac's gone. But look at the size of this guy. He's definitely bigger than the other ones. Look at his little eyes on top of his head developing. Can you see that? No. Of course you can't. There you go. Just got to get at the right angle. There, look at that. Yeah, so I mean, if we look closely, this is just fascinating, isn't it? Absolutely incredible. And when they hatch, they're going to come out on their own. And I believe they'll probably come out on that end. This end's pinched. It's almost like he's wearing a hat. But those are his eyes. See what it looks like underneath. Yeah, you can see his pectoral fins. Wow, that's just incredible. Back in your little cage you go. These guys they don't have a ton of requirements. I mean, once a day, what I might do is drain the water that's in this and put new water in, like basically empty it out of the water that's in this, like just by going like this, pouring some of the water out through the holes. But I do a heck of a lot more, of course, and then just sink it with fresh water. And that's all they'll need until we get this octopus out of here. Who, by the way, is front and center now. Come on over, bro. I'll shut your light off. You don't really want that on. There he goes. They suck onto wherever they are. So he's just like lumped up, piled up in there. I'm going to let these guys out tomorrow, most likely. I'm not going to bother tonight. But he's way over in his corner here. Yeah. So I think he's kind of ready to come out. When they do this, you know, obviously they're hiding. They feel insecure. I mean, I would too if I was in this tiny little container. But for right now, it's kind of for his best interest, just to be able to monitor properly and isolate. Because he could, for example, have some sort of parasite and or some injury that I don't see because maybe he's down hiding in the rocks. And instead of me being able to save him, I can't because I can't see him. Let's flip this around. Put him in some light. Just a stunningly beautiful fish, though. Oh, cephalopod. Yeah, I'm gonna leave him. He's breathing heavy, and I feel like I'm stressing him out. Camera's having a hard time focusing on him too. He looks to be in good shape. Again, I'm turning the lights back out, and that's gonna be that for this video. I know that you guys are frustrated maybe and want to see me release them and see everything in one video, etc. But sometimes you just have to take it a little slower and prioritize things. Look at his suckers. This is incredible. Wow. I never thought I'd have an octopus. But I do. Wow. I'm scared of them though. I won't let them touch me. Yeah, I don't feel like he should be breathing that heavy. See his mantle breathing like that? That feels labored. And, you know, he might have some sort of a... Oh, what you doing, bro? What you doing, bro? He's standing up. Is he pissed? He probably is. He's probably like, man, leave me alone. I'm already in a Tupperware. He stood up for a second like he was posturing. Come at me, bro. I gotta stop calling him him. I got both girls. What should I name them? Okay, that's it. Yeah, that was incredible. Oh, and this mesh is out because I went and covered the overflows earlier. You know what I did is in between the teeth, I just folded it. You'll see it another day. It really basic, secure. They're not getting in them. Everything's doing really well. With that said, that is my octopus and shark aquarium. My octopus and my shark aquarium. I got toys too. I'll never grow up. Yeah, I'll give these guys 24 hours, maybe longer, and then we'll release them into the tank, and we'll do that in another video. I'm soaked. I've had a long, long day. I don't feel like filming anymore today or anything, so I'll see you guys in the next video. If you're not subscribed to this channel yet and you want to follow the journey of the octopus and shark aquarium, make sure you subscribe if you're not already. But if you thought for a moment, geez, Joey, this is the coolest thing out in your gallery, think again. Wait till you see the new build.